Welcome, everybody, to the One Stage at a Time podcast, the podcast where we're playing through video games one stage at a time, every single level. Right now, we are most of the way through E1 in Doom, the 1993 original Doom. We are playing through central processing. I am Aaron Neeson, and I am joined once again by Andy Prim. Andy, hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And we are joined by the man himself, Sam Ingersoll. Sam, thank you for being here.
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy.
Mushy, mushy.
Gentlemen, we played through central processing.
Did we ever? It was central and it was processing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this
something.
The more perfectly named level there never was.
The perfect name for the perfect stage.
What did we think of central processing?
Well, sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No,
I'll wait.
No, you first. I insist.
Sam's been itching to talk about something all night.
The music in this game, it is deceptive. It makes you think it's good. It starts off and it's kind of cool. Like, it's like, okay, this is real video gamey, and like, I'm kind of getting into it. Like, I can kind of move at a fast pace. I'm kind of feeling it. Then you realize it is just a basic rock and roll chord progression in a minor key. Like da 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 da. I can't even do it right, but you know what I'm talking about. Like da da da, like the most basic rock and roll chord progression you learn when you're learning how to play guitar. That is this chorus, but in a minor key, and it ruins the song because before you realize that, it's like kind of a cool, like, cyber, you're like, oh man, this is like what music would be playing in my iPod if I were on Mars shooting demons.
My iPod.
And then you realize, no, this is the shittiest, like, laziest fucking song ever made in a video game.
Interesting. So, as a professional musician, Sam, you're intimately familiar with these kinds of chord progressions.
It's just like, it's like, one of the first things you would learn how to play on guitar.
Yeah,
like,
no, that makes sense.
And it's just, and the worst part is the first part of it, before you realize what's happened, is so catchy that it just burns into your brain forever. Like, it's so good, but then it's stuck in your head that it's not good because you know what comes next after the part you can't forget.
It's such a simple one. And there's like that intro that's kind of like ambient and kind of spooky. And then it gets into like that more like, it's kind of like a rock or a metal guitar riff. But yeah, like you said, very, very simple. It's just like da 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 da, and then just that for like 10 minutes straight.
Yeah. I was playing this on my TV in the living room, and my wife walks in and she says, and I quote, "Ugh, this music's annoying." And I laughed, and then I was like, you know what? Yeah, it kind of is annoying. It's kind of just, it's repetitive and kind of it's one of those things where it's just background noise. It's background noise, and that's not a bad thing for the soundtrack for a game you're playing. It's like I've said many times, if it sets the mood and it doesn't distract you while you're playing, then that's not a bad thing.
It's like a metronome. It's just basically keeping time for you as you rip and tear.
Now like Sam started thinking about like it mentioned like it playing in your iPod or whatever. And I'm just imagining this is what DOOMGuy is just humming to himself the whole time. Like this is his internal monologue is just
whistling,
He's like, oh, wait a second, guys. I got to change the track real quick. I accidentally clicked the stop button in my pocket. I got to get back to the track.
Time out, demons. Time out.
Guy's at a party, and like he finds a guitar after like 6 or 7 beers. Like, guys, I wrote this song when I was on Mars. Remember when I was on Mars and I was killing demons? Like, yes, we remember when you were on Mars killing demons. Like, well, this is a song I wrote. And he starts playing, and everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, but it just keeps playing it, won't stop playing it.
Right.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
It's great. It's great, DOOMGuy.
I imagine he is in hell. Like he's at a hell party, and it's just a bunch of imps standing around with red cups of beer, and he's just like, guys, I wrote this song. He's like, okay,
It's
Doom
like-
guy.
They're too afraid to stop because the shotgun's
They'll
right
shoot
next
them
to
all.
them.
I thought of the best song, and it just, as soon as I take the time to like write it down and learn how to write music, it's going to be a hit. I swear to God, it's going to be a hit.
It's a work in progress, so please don't judge me. I'm really sensitive to criticism about my music.
I'm really sensitive about my art. Oh shit!
He does have a poet's heart. I believe that.
Other than the music, this level I got lost like 2 or 3 times playing this level.
Yeah, it's mazes within mazes.
Yes, and like I remember specifically once I got like the yellow. I don't remember if it's just the yellow or the yellow and the blue or the red. I was just running around over and over, going through the same doors. Like I do not know where I need. I was almost contemplated like looking up what to do because I definitely got turned around a few times in this level.
Yeah,
I was this close to opening my map.
Yeah, there is a built-in map.
In this game because you can't move the map without moving yourself. Like if I could drag the map around to kind of get a look at where I'm not at, it's like I know where I am. Like I need to know where to go.
Yeah. It is a weird way to do the map.
Yeah. It's because you can play while the map is open, which I wouldn't recommend, but you could do it if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the SNES version, you can do that, believe it or not. But yeah, so this level, it's a pretty complex stage. Central processing. You start off like there's like kind of like a area, like a platform over like some nukage, and then branching off to different sides, and then another path that goes straight forward. So you don't really know which of the 3 branches to take at first. One of the branches leads to a room with like it's obviously a trap. Like you go in and the wall shuts behind you. It doesn't open for 30 seconds. And then there's just a shitload of enemies. And then you pick up the red key, and then a shitload more enemies pop out of the walls. So that's a fun time. And then the other branch is an intentional maze that has all these little cross-shaped rooms over nukage, which are designed to look identical and make you forget where you're at. And then the third branch leads to like kind of like deeper into the facility, but you can't go much further without the yellow key, which you obtain through one of the other branches. I forget which one. But anyway, then, you got to go deeper in, and then there's even more twists and turns once you actually get past the yellow key doors. So yeah, this is a confusing stage. One of the most difficult stages so far.
Yeah.
I didn't. Sorry, Aaron.
No. Go ahead, Sam.
I was going to say, it wasn't even the maze room that I got lost in. That was actually, once I realized what was going on, I just went left the whole time. And I got through that but it was just like all the backtracking. There seemed to be quite a bit of backtracking, maybe unnecessary because I was lost and didn't need to do it. But that was my big issue.
This is one of the largest maps in episode 1, maybe the largest map in episode 1. It's rather big. So yeah, it's very easy to get lost here. Some backtracking is definitely required. I think we all probably did more than you strictly need to. But Big Mac Davis did not. Big Mac Davis knows exactly how to get through this stage.
He wastes no time. Yeah. Yes, it's huge. I didn't really mind. I didn't mind it that much. Like I kind of enjoyed this, that it was like it flowed pretty well for me. Like, even with some of the backtracking and even with the mazes and everything, like I kind of dug it. I do completely understand why it was cut from the SNES version though. Like it's a huge one. It's a pretty difficult one for the first still early game. So like I completely understand why it was cut. But I kind of dig this level. I thought it was pretty good on the whole.
Yeah, I dig it too. Yeah, I definitely like it better than Phobos Lab or Command Control, and which were the preceding 2 stages. But yeah, like you said, like on the SNES version, if they had to cut a stage from episode 1, this just being as massive as it is, it makes sense. But I kind of wish they'd kept it in and maybe cut some of the other ones.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the level a lot. It was, even though I got lost, it felt, it had a bit more, I don't want to say personality, but like identity.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, like just
it had a certain je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, it was huge. It was like, it felt like there was a lot of stuff going on. So I can see why they're like, whoa, we do not have enough memory for this. Yeah, get this son of a bitch out of here.
Yeah. Just flush this son of a bitch down the memory hole. Say goodnight. All right. So Big Mac Davis is almost done with the stage here. There's a big fuck you trap right at the end here. Did you guys have any trouble with this final room?
I panicked, but I got through it.
I panicked and I killed myself. I was like, I knew it was coming. I 100% knew it was coming. I'm like, I'm getting my rocket launcher out, baby. Here it comes. And then it came and I just blew myself to hell. Like,
yep.
I just boop, 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 and I was dead.
You were like, I know we're going to hell eventually in this game. Why not speed it up?
And I got there. And the second time through, though, I just hung out where, like, you press the button and I just stayed there. And I just, like, I think I used the chain gun and mowed through a bunch of people. And then I switched to shotgun and just mowed through a bunch of people, not without any difficulty whatsoever.
Yeah, chain gun is my go-to panic gun because it kind of stuns. We were talking about, like, back in the first episode, you know. It doesn't kill things super fast, but it's like, get away. Don't touch me.
And it's got
get it away now.
Yeah. And I'm not going to kill myself with it. And I usually have way more ammo than I need for it because I never use it. But it's usually that, and then back to the shotgun when I feel like I have a grip on what's going on. This map, it's just a spaghetti map. I can see why they deleted this from the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it's complicated. And there are kind of like three spokes, basically. There's so the fuck you trap room, I think, is this room over here. And then this is the intentional maze over here on the right hand side. And then on the left hand side, there's like this nukage room. Like I kind of like this, where you like walk out onto this precipice and get the blue key. And then there's another door that opens behind you, and some other guys try to, completely fuck your world up. And then you can jump into the nukage if you're brave and follow this pathway over here to get this secret soul sphere. So that's kind of fun. I like all that. And then, you go deeper into the facility here. There's the yellow key doors that lead you into like this final area. And then there's these stairs that rise up. And then you flip the switch at the end of it to open up this final little alcove where this is the final fuck you with just all those enemies that just pour out of these hidden rooms in this final chamber here.
Was this a Tom Hall map?
That is a good question. I believe this was a John Romero original. Let me just double check.
Reminded me of that Tom Hall map we talked about, where there was just like this place of this map and this place of this map,
Yeah, where it all just feels like grafted together. Yeah. So
a little better.
This was a John Romero map. Tom Hall worked on Command Control. That was E1M4, I believe. But no, so this is Romero. Romero did most of the maps in episode 1.
Okay. All in all, I did enjoy it. It was a cool map. Only, there's only one part of the chorus of the song that I didn't like, but the rest of it was really enjoyable. And even though it was kind of weird, I liked how the upbeatness of the song. I felt like I was like really just kind of like I got into a groove on this map, where I was just like going, killing, killing, like really that Doom feeling you're always looking for.
Yeah.
I got it really good in this map.
You caught that dragon.
Yes, I finally caught the bastard.
It has a real doomy feeling to it.
Yes.
A high score on the Doomosity index. You have to look at, amount of weapons, amount of explosions, amount of enemies jibbed. Probably you want to look at like amount of traps and like surprises and ambushes. And I think you probably also want to look at like secrets, and if they're like stupid, or if they're like fun to find, or if they're even findable without a guide. And if you analyze all those matrices together, you can come up with the Doomosity quotient for a map.
Scientists have been using this, refined the equation over decades of gaming.
It's like the anti-life equation.
Since 1993. So, Aaron, what was your secrets found percentage on this one?
On this one, it was 50%.
15?
Impressive.
51 or 50. Yeah.
For this one, you managed to pass that cognitive test that the president passed.
Yeah. I saw that elephant. I was like, there it is.
It's like, can you tell what kind of animal is this? You're like, oh, it's a rhinoceros.
I was like,
Easily
man,
a rhinoceros.
person, woman, man, TV
camera.
Yeah, camera. TV.
I know rhinoceroses.
I know nobody knows rhinoceroses better than me.
I had to say 5 words, and it didn't matter if they were in order, but you got more points if they were in order. And I said them in order, and everyone was like, "How did you do that? That's so impressive."
God.
But that was you on this map. You managed to say the 5 words in order.
And everybody was like, "How did you do that? No one can do that. How did you do that?"
Incredible. Well, I'm proud of you, actually. This is a huge step up for you, buddy.
It was. I was like, whoa, go me. I got the computer map. I got the glowy invisible orb. I got the goggles. Man, I was all over the place.
You were decked out.
I got the suit. I wasted it completely.
Yep. Sounds about right. So I forget if we said this before, but the suit is a limited time. The goggles are also a limited time. So there's like an internal battery that runs out from too much usage. The guy can't figure out that he needs to switch them off at certain times.
The glowy invisible orb, also limited time. Yep. I
ran
also
on 6 double D batteries.
It's like the Sega Game Gear. You just gotta just keep putting batteries in.
I also
DOOMGuy just has a car battery like strapped to his back that he's carrying around.
Nukage just leaking everywhere out of it. I realized that on average, I like at the end of the level, it always tells you like your time and then the par time. Yeah. I'm always at least like 4 times over that. Like,
oh yeah. Like,
it's like, all like par. It's like, what the hell is this? Come on, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what the fuck do you guys mean by the word par here?
It's like, and then hurry the fuck up. I mean, this is like golf. The less demons, the better, right? The less demons you kill. Yeah.
It's like if you went golfing and the par for every hole was like 1 or 2. It's like, what are you trying to tell me here?
No, I really put golf fans and Doom fans in the same category in my mind. Think about people.
When you get ready to play Doom, you have to put on those silly pants and like a dumb sweater and like one of those goofy hats.
Have your Doom caddy with you.
Yeah. He pulls your controllers out of a bag and hands you the one that's appropriate for each stage.
What if DOOMGuy does have a caddy and that's how he can carry all those guns? We just don't ever see him. He's the perfect caddy. He's always out of sight.
It's a gun caddy.
Yeah, exactly. He's just running around like rocket launcher, and he's always like reloading. That's why he doesn't have to ever reload because the caddy's always there, like shoving bullets up the bottom of the gun.
What gun would you recommend for this area? Well, I'd recommend the chain gun, sir.
Very good. I'm saying it explains a lot. Explains a lot.
The only thing that makes sense.
It's the only thing that makes sense. All right, fellas, any other things to add about the command control level before we move on here?
No, it was fun. That's about it. It was fun. That's about it. That's about it. There were lots of fun ambushes with lots of gore and violence, and what more could you ask for?
Here's a fun fact I just found. On Ultraviolence, this map has 177 enemies, which is the most out of every Doom stage.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
I wonder what the average number of enemies is.
7.
It's 7.
Right. Don't think that's right.
The number gets dragged down because there's a lot of stages with negative enemy counts.
There is by the time I'm done with it.
Oh, I also wanted to mention or ask the question, I suppose, why is this called central processing? What the fuck does that even mean?
There's no explanation for it, because even if you go by like what I was saying last episode about stuff on the map, it's not even, is it even in the middle of the map?
Like on the map screen, on the world map. I'm not sure. Let's take a look here. Let's go back to Big Mac Davis for a second.
I know it's up towards the top, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's near the end of the game, right? So I don't think it's in the middle. So I know central processing is just like a term. It's not like it has to be in the middle, but like, there's no,
yeah.
I swear to God, it was like someone who made this game was like, someone who named it was probably like someone's wife that didn't even play the game. Like, oh fuck, we need names for this stuff. Deborah, come here. Help us brainstorm something. Like, well, central processing, that's where I work with Fran and all the other girls.
This is Deborah at Central Processing on Phobos, the moon of Mars. How can I help you?
Well, when I think central processing, I think like re-education centers. Like that's where they send people. Like,
oh god,
you're going to central processing for re-education. Like that's what popped into my head.
It's a mine station. It's a mining station, right? Is that?
Yeah. So they're processing probably like the nukage or whatever.
But
so on the map here, I can't really tell which stage we've just completed. It just shows like a red splotch over each of the stages DOOMGuy has like ripped through already. So it's impossible to say. I think we would have to go back to the previous level, and because at the end of every level it says you are here, but that means the stage you're about to go into.
Yeah.
So
I think that ours is the most top left splotch. I think that's what we just did.
That's ours. Okay. Let's back up
central processing. I think is the most top left splotch. Right. So
you're saying this is central processing right here?
I think so, because he's zigzagging all over the place.
This thing looks like in Arcology from SimCity 2000.
Yeah, I could see it there. Yeah. I mean, most of these things look like they could be in SimCity 2000 or Blade Runner, one of the two.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough about that. Fellas, what do you say we take a look at a little history? Go to the history department.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Put on your monocles and your mortarboards, your history caps. So let's talk a little bit about Doom controversies. Believe it or not, this game was controversial when it was released in 1993. Yeah, surprising.
You don't say.
Here's a trivia question for you fellas. How many games in the United States have been banned because of objectionable content? How many would you say?
Banned by the government?
Banned by the government for objectionable content. Like they banned from sale.
I know that, I'm pretty sure, what's the name of that game? There's I think it was like a 3DO game where it was like a, what do they call it? Like, where it's like real actors on screen.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And like it's basically like a movie that you can direct what happens in.
Yeah.
That may have been banned. I know that was one of the games that started the whole ESRB, like, legal stuff, but I don't know if many actually got banned. Maybe Doom did. I don't know.
I'm gonna guess that no games have been actually banned by the government, like, because I don't know, like, it just feels like it's completely an infringement on free speech and art.
And I think that was the threat until they made the ESRB.
So Aaron is correct. 0 games have been banned because of objectionable content in the United States. Because of free speech reasons, there's a Supreme Court case about it. However, even though they haven't been banned from sale by the government, there are many games which have been effectively banned from sale because retailers won't carry them because of the adults only rating, which not too many games have gotten, but even the threat of it is enough to like kill a game. But Doom was very controversial. They didn't have those kinds of ratings back then, but nevertheless, a lot of retailers carried it. But even so, people were, losing their shit over it. When they did finally come out with ESRB ratings, Doom was one of the first games. The 32X version, at least, got an M rating, which I guess was a big deal at the time. It didn't get an adults only rating. Very few games have. In fact, I'm not sure that any games that were actually released have gotten an adults only rating.
I was going to say, do we know any? I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Have you ever heard of Thrill Kill?
I've heard of it, yes.
Okay. So Thrill Kill is an unreleased PlayStation game that Electronic Arts canceled because it was going to get an EA rating. And I guess they felt like they couldn't edit it down to not get that, or it was going to get an adults only rating. Yeah, AO. But anyway, it was canceled. It was like a fighting game that it was just very violent. And I think it may have had sexually explicit stuff too, although I haven't seen that, but I don't know. Google Thrill Kill, folks. It's a very silly 3D fighting game that might have been. It's a finished game. You can play it, but it was just never commercially released.
The big one that I knew of was Manhunt 2 that they edited down to an M rating, but when they made the game and put it up to see what they would get for it, it got an AO right out the bat.
Okay. What was the one of the Grand Theft Auto games with the hot coffee mini game?
San Andreas.
Yeah. Which wasn't even playable in the game unless you hacked it. But
it's so funny to look at that stuff now for multiple reasons, because you look at it and it's older graphics and it's like, oh, really? And you look at not even modern games, but games that came out on the same system, like God of War 2. You had a sex mini game. It wasn't on screen, but there was titties everywhere in that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's tons of sex and stuff nowadays. And Mafia 2, one of the collectibles in that game are actual centerfolds from Playboys from the 60s.
Well, let's real quick for those who don't know at home, the thing that we're talking about is in the San Andreas code, you could play a set there is code for a sex mini game.
Yeah, they had planned it, but then not included it in the final release.
Right, but it was still in the game's code. And then people found that, they hacked that, and made it so that they could actually play that mini game. And everybody flipped the fuck out about it.
Yeah, they lost their shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened is it got released as an M, and then when that was found out, they changed it to AO while it was still being sold. So it's the only mass-released adult-only video game technically, even though you could only get it through modding it, but it was after the fact kind of thing.
So if you owned one of those first run editions before they recalled it and reprinted it, you technically own an adults only game, even though it doesn't say it on the box. It was retroactively rated adults only.
Well, they were trying to sneak it to our children. They were trying to sneak it in and corrupt our innocent children who were as long as they knew how to hack into a code of a video game in a hacked system and play it that way. They're trying to corrupt our children.
They're going to corrupt our youth by sneaking in a sex minigame into a game where you murder cops and do drugs and fuck hookers. I won't stand for it.
What exactly is the sex minigame, though? I don't even remember what it is.
It's explicit. You're naked and two characters on top of each other fucking. It looks stupid because it's not a fully realized thing, but
and its graphics are not that great.
6 polygons on top of 6 polygons moving around.
But it was not it wasn't like the God of War thing where there's a bed full of naked women. You walk up to it, the camera pans away, and you have button presses, but it's sound effects and and you go back and the bed's broken and all this stuff.
A bunch of power-ups pop out.
Yeah, it's and then little green orbs, red orbs shoot out everywhere. But that was kind of off screen. This was not off screen. It was just here's a janky piece of shit looking thing that wasn't finished that they managed to find that all the parents saw and went.
It was one programmer doing that in his spare time, and his bosses saw it and were like, well, this can't be in the final game. He was like, fine, but I'm going to hide it in the code.
Boss what the hell is this? And he goes, hot coffee.
Oh, nothing, just hot coffee. All right, well, let's talk about Doom. and the controversies surrounding it. Of course, because there's lots of satanic imagery, it was protested by religious organizations, as you might expect. And because of the violence, critics called it like a mass murder simulator and other things like that. People thought, that kids would be corrupted by this and, use it to like learn how to do mass killings and things like that. And probably the most controversial thing about Doom was that the Columbine High School perpetrators were huge Doom fans, and in their journals, they wrote a lot about Doom, and you wrote things like, that their crimes would be like playing Doom, and that the actual weapons that they had were straight out of the game, and so on and so forth. They also modded their own Doom maps, or at least one of them did. So that was not a good look for Doom.
Doom was wringing their neck, going.
Yeah, they were pulling at their collar. Steam was coming out.
Many people have pointed out this is probably the most Christian game that's ever existed.
True.
What about Billy Graham's Bible Simulator?
Even more so than
Bible
that.
Blaster.
Yes, I mean, sure, you can convert the heathens in that game, but what's more Christian and godlike than smiting demons who have corrupted the souls of your friends and teammates? Like you just tear assing across Hell's Army in this.
It's true. Yeah. DOOMGuy is bringing the true sacrament to the moon of Mars.
Not only is it religious, it's the most American religious thing you can do, because not only are you going around killing demons, you're blasting them away with your God-given right to use a shotgun.
That's right.
Yeah, Second Amendment, baby.
Hell yeah. Woo!
And I'm proud to be an American.
That's the other song on his iPod.
Hold on a second, guys. My Raycon earbuds are out of battery. I need to recharge them so I can listen to I'm proud to be an American.
I love that like people latched onto that. They're saying that their weapons are straight out of the game, but really the weapons in the game are straight out of real life. Like the shotgun is a real thing, and that's why it's in the game, and that's why they were able to get their own.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a good point.
These parents would be rolling. I don't know if they're dead or not, but the fact that like they think that's bad. Freaking games like Call of Duty, like they use actual real guns, like the actual models, like, and make them look and sound exactly like the real actual model of guns, not pistol and shotgun and BFG. Where's my BFG I got to hunt my deer with?
Right. And let's not forget that the actual United States Army recruits kids into the Army now using video games. They have like a first-person shooting esports team.
Well, exactly why you'll never hear them speak out against Call of Duty.
Just to be topical and date this podcast, recently, the Navy and the Army both had Twitch channels that would basically do giveaways, and the links would not go to the giveaway; it would go to their recruiting pages. And here you go. Here's the kicker: they were banning people in chat for talking about war crimes. But they're gone now. Like they had so much backlash that they're not on the platform anymore.
Oh man, that's great.
But yeah,
it's just like insane. some like Army drill sergeant that's like, somebody ban that guy. He's talking about war crimes in the chat. Someone ban that guy.
They have official Army and Navy esports teams. You can be on an esports team at West Point.
Man, there's no justice in the world. Dr. Disrespect still banned from Twitch, but the Army and the Navy could have their esports teams.
Did he start talking about war crimes? Maybe that's
maybe that's why. So yeah, the whole Columbine thing isn't a good association. You don't want to have that. But like we said, the U.S. Army uses actual murder simulators to recruit impressionable children. It's basically grooming, they're basically grooming children to join the Army.
Yeah, and I've said before that like I don't think they should be allowed in like schools, like high schools, to do recruitments.
Yeah,
like I remember them having recruiting tables in my high school, like in the breezeway and stuff, and I would, it just doesn't sit well with me. Like trying to recruit people whose brains haven't developed all the way to go kill people.
You should know that go somewhere that you know that's the point of being there, so it's clear that this is what they're there for. That's what you're there to do, not walking down the hallway to go to class and some guy's like, hey, you like money and shit like that? I don't care. Sign this piece of paper.
Yeah. It's like Starship Troopers type shit. Like, do you want to be a citizen? You should do your part.
Yeah. It's like, hey,
the alien arachnids
can't have free college because otherwise, how are they going to entice poor kids to come join the army?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
It's great. We live in a great country.
I mean, listen, it would be one thing if I could get assigned Mars duty and I could go and fight demon hordes, but instead they'd just be sending me overseas to kill brown people, and that's not good. You don't want that.
Hey, when that recruiter at my high school said that I was going to be able to see the universe, I didn't realize he meant I would be fighting hell demons on Mars.
And I couldn't be more pleased about it.
He told me that I was really smart for my age.
He said I was officer material.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So, it's what can you say? It's like, yeah, psychos will always probably play violent video games. Does that mean violent video games are creating psychos? Who can say? I mean, is it good for tiny children to be playing games like Doom? Probably not. You probably need to be at least 15 before you're playing Doom, right? But I don't know.
I don't think I was 15.
Hey, that psychopath did that thing that a large majority of people his age are also doing.
Yeah. Hey, that psychopath drove a car. Wow.
Yeah, he ate bananas.
I don't drive a car. And he did, so that must be the problem.
Yeah.
Doom guy's like, I don't even have a license.
I didn't even buy these guns.
It's right. Doom guy's a dirty fucking thief.
Yeah, that's right. He's stealing all these guns from dead men.
And their armor, like he's putting on their pants, like and their boots.
Oh, look, I found some new pants. All right. Well, so that is what's this fucking level called? Central processing. Yeah. So we'll wrap up the history of some controversies, and we'll go ahead and wrap up central processing too. Pretty soon we're going to be coming at you with another exciting level from Doom. I forget what the title of the next stage is.
The title of the next
Let me
stage
look it up real quick.
is Computer Station.
Computer Station. Okay, so
somebody's work cubicle. We're just going to go in there.
Just like looking around. It's going to be a sticky note will be the last level, right? Sticky note.
Yeah.
You need the password, and there it is. It's right there taped to the monitor.
We'll be going to John Romero's desk at id Software headquarters.
It's just hair products everywhere.
So many hair products. Yeah, just expensive conditioners imported from France.
Mm-hmm. Just like spilled all over his code. That's not the important stuff.
Why is this keyboard so sticky?
but it's also so shiny and full.
Voluptuous keyboard.
All right. Well, so please join us in a week's time, folks, when we will be playing through that next stage of Doom, and let us know what you think about this level and all the levels in this wonderful game. Aaron, what do you want to say to the fine folks at home before we sign off today?
I want to say thank you for listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. Please subscribe and like and give us ratings on all the places. Go to onestageatatime.com for all of our socials, and we make posts daily on our Instagrams and our Twitters and stuff. And get in touch with us. Let us know what you think about the podcast and the games and our faces, because it's right there for everybody, except for Sam. Sam, get a camera.
On my list.
Andy, thank you for being here with me today. Sam, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you coming along this bloody, gory journey with us.
Always a pleasure.
All right. We'll see you again very soon, I'm sure. In the meantime, why don't you give the fine people our sign off?
Save and continue.
Brutal, man. That was brutal.
Brutal.